was nicely done by Sam Mitchell. Didn't give Parker an inch.
What I'll always remember about Mitch was his ability to find time and space on the football field.
He saw it coming. His footy mind is like a search engine, and that was wonderful.
It was like everything around him slowed, and amongst the chaos, the cool, calm, blonde-headed number 5 would hit his target lace out. It was an art form, but it was one that he worked on tirelessly. Ask anyone at Hawthorn, wherever you'd find Mitch, you'd find a ball of some sort. Round, oval, left foot, right foot, it didn't matter. He was constantly honing his craft, and this reflected on match day.
He's gone opposite hand to foot and still hit the target.
Changed his mind.
Mitch had high standards of himself and the group, and he held everyone accountable. He was never afraid to speak his mind, and he demanded nothing short of perfection. But this consummate professional had a cheeky side. If you ever copped a footy in the back of the head, more often than not, you would turn to see his mischievous grin, delighting in your pain. That's what we loved about him. He struck a good balance in footy and in life. He was the ultimate family man, an outstanding leader, and one of the game's great footy brains. He challenged his teammates to be better, and he always led by example. It's a privilege to have played alongside him and an honour to call him a friend. Congratulations on a fantastic career, Mitch. It was great to be a part of it, and I look forward to sharing a beer with you in the future.
Mitchell pinches it off Shield. There's a boot. It's Mitchell off the ground, and he's kicked the goal. Miraculous.
Firstly, to the club, thank you very much for having me back. I know I touched on that briefly already. Writing this, it was 5 themes that kept coming up, and they were hard work, luck, professionalism, support and passion. And I'll just briefly run through what those 5 things mean. As a player, hard work is really just up to you. You need a couple of people in your corner to teach you what that means. But of the 5 things that I think I've been thankful for, hard work is the only one that I can claim the credit myself. The next one's luck. You need the right people to believe in you at the right time. Clarko mentioned a few of them before, stole half of my speech. But to David Parker and Peter Schwab and Donald McDonald in particular, who believed in me when perhaps not many others did early in my career, to get me onto an AFL list. To those guys, eternally thankful. But it did take a little bit of luck, just having the right people at the right time. The next thing that just continued to come up was professionalism. And Clarko, you really brought that to the Hawthorn Football Club. You brought Andrew Russell, Andrew Lambert, David Rath, Mark Evans, Chris Fagan, Todd Viney, Cameron Bruce. These guys had an enormous influence on my career. And me standing up here is a reflection of all of those guys, but all of you sitting in this room at such a professional and well-run and well-organised club, that doesn't happen without the influence of those people. And so I'd like to thank all of those. I mean, there's an enormous amount. I could talk about all of them for half an hour. But they're the really significant people for me. The next thing is support, and that comes in many different ways. Firstly, the players. These 2 guys who sit up here, you can probably see I haven't seen these guys too much in the last 12 months, and will continue to not see them too much as I live in Perth. One lives in Brisbane, one continues to live in Hawthorn. But the banter that I'm sure you can see up here, you probably did not understand half of what we were just saying, but the love that you feel up here amongst players, and the little corner over here of players, there's a handful of you that I don't know, but for the most part, they are really genuinely people that support you. And so to all the players that are here and all the past players that are not, they are an enormous amount of support that I've felt throughout my career. But off the field, it does take people to be in your corner at the right time, and I look down there and I see Ian Dicker. Andrew Kay has also been an enormous influence for me. Peter Lenton. These are people that many of you may not even know their names. Obviously, you'll know Ian, who I know has gone through enormous heartache just to be here today with some of his own things going on. So, Ian, I'll thank you for And then the most important thing really with the support is your family. And looking over at my wife, who followed me across the country on a hunch and a whim. Clarko stole all my great words, but Lyndall is everything that Clarko said and more. She's an enormous amount of support. Now that I'm retired, I can say that we about 4 or 5 months after meeting Lyndall, I won my first Peter Crimmins medal, and pretty much the rest of my career was uphill from there. So thanks, Hun. Would not have had anywhere near the career or be the person and have the moral or integrity code that I have now without your influence. And when I see those pictures of my children, everyone says greatest parts of your career are your premierships, and of course they are. But being able to share that with a family is something that I will forever be thankful for. And the last thing that I couldn't get out of my head when I was trying to write this was passion. And it's very hard to define. You see it in some people, they just have it right at the end of their tongue. It's there all the time. And when I think about the Hawthorn Football Club, I do find it hard not to say our and my, because I have been such a part of it for such a long time. And it's all the people at the front of the room, of course. Kenny Freiberg, I'm very disappointed with him. Many of you will know who that is. He couldn't be here tonight. I'm quite annoyed at him. I know that he's sick, but he should have been here. The mongrel, I'll have to give him a call and tell him that I'm disappointed. But people like that are the passion of this footy club. But it's not just these people at the front, the people at the back, the fans who have... I've been gone from this footy club for 12 months in unique... Well, I thought they were unique. In unique circumstances, and since I've left this club, I have not had one Hawthorn person come up to me and say, you're a mongrel, you're a turncoat, you left. Every single person has said, thanks so much for what you did to this club, and I cannot tell all the fans how much that has meant to me. So, to the Hawthorn Football Club, it really is, I mean, everyone talks the family club, and after being back here and to be with such an unbelievable group of people, great room, to be here for my 16th year in a row is something that I'm really proud of, and I hope that you always welcome me back wherever our paths may lead in the future, and I'm really proud to be a part of the Hawthorn family forevermore. So thanks very much for having me again.